Henry McClure live. I was just looking how gruff I look. Anyway. Hey, the camera adds gruffness. Anyway, good morning. We got a guest on today's show. Let's just get him on the horn and start the show. He's a guy that always chimes in at the bottom of my comments, and he leaves really derogatory things. And we're going to get him to stop that. Oh, man. Got my walk-in this morning on the Shanga.
This is the Shawnee County prosecutor. How can I help you?
Henry McClure live. You're live on the Henry McClure show.
Henry McClure live.
Hey, so good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
You got to speak up a little. Speak directly into the phone. You're live on the YouTube show, The Morning Call. Are you the viewer? Are you watching yourself on Apple?
I am. I got to see this shit.
Okay, so actually, the DUI that I had was in 2014. And everything that I talked about the other day, it's all in the past. And I have the ability to drive my car restricted with one of those breath things that you got to blow into. But what happened was, originally, I took all the paperwork down to the guy at Smart Start, and we thought we had complied. But what we did is we complied with the criminal part, but not the civil part. So the other day I got a speeding ticket, and the guy goes, "Hey, where's your blowjob machine? Where's the breathalyzer, the breath monitor?" And I said, "I don't know, man. The guy took it out. I complied." Well, so technically in Kansas, what they do, they're gracious enough to allow you, if you use your vehicle to work, that if you put the monitor in your car, you get to drive to and from work. Well, then after that first year, you have to have it in another year. But I never got my administrative hearing due to loss in the, anyway, there was some shenanigans about this thing getting lost. So from the time I got arrested until the time I went to court, there had been a big lag time, 6 or 7 months. And I wasn't gonna call up and go, "Hey, Shawnee County prosecutor, when are you gonna take me to jail?" So I kind of just let it ride. Henry McClure hoping he could skirt the law again.
So you're stuck in the criminal system still, though, right?
I am.
Criminal court system.
I'm in the system a little, yes. So the other day when I was in Leavenworth, which I don't like being in Leavenworth. Anyway, just the thought of being in Leavenworth, Hey, it's got a bad connotation, the big house, Lansing. So I have to go in front of a judge, and the judge was nice enough. He's doing his job. But he said, okay, $100 fine and $200 for not having the, the monitoring thing in your car. Well, when I got a letter in the mail from the state, it said, "Man, you're suspended, and you've got another 90 days of your monitoring." So but see here, Andy, here's the point. And look, and so I'm willing to confess my sins and And I want people to learn from, let me be, hey, look, we don't want to end up like that guy. Listen to his shit. Look what he's had to go through. So, I'll face the truth. But for a guy that hadn't had a lick of alcohol since 2 years, 2 months, 16 days, 5 hours, I'd rather give $90 a month to the mission than to have to pay for the monitoring.
When do you get the interlock installed back into the truck?
Oh man, I had the interlock put right back in. So I got it put right back in after my ticket for not having it in. And what was the guy down there, he's so cool. He's when I left, he said, "Hey, if you ever come back, I'm going to put it in for you for free." So when I did go back, he goes, "Hey," I don't know if he's just like hedging. That's the way he's thinking, this son of a bitch, he's a drunk. He'll be back. But most people think I'm drunk half the time anyway, just like this, Hey, who's going to drive him home? Fuck, he's our driver.
So I can hack your interlock device. So you can use your cell phone and dial a phone number, and it'll send a clean signal, so you won't need that eyesore in your truck anymore. How about that?
No. Run that by me again.
Just use your cell phone, and then you don't need to have that in there anymore. Just hack it.
So you're like Finch on A Person of Interest.
Right.
I'm more the street guy. I'm more the street guy. So yeah. So I was supposed to get the interlock out this November, and now it's January. But I'm going to go back in front of the judge, because when he gave me my fine, he said, all he did was say, "Hey, it's $100 for that, $200 for that." And then I walked out the court. When I got back, he'd slept. It's like one of the clerks put an extra 90 days. I'm gonna go in tomorrow and say, "Hey, Your Honor, please don't give me some mercy here." When I'm looking you eye to eye, you didn't tell me that I had 90 days. Not like it's negotiable, but maybe I could, maybe I could reason with it.
Where do I get that red drink? How come you don't have that this morning?
Oh, man, that red drink is good. It's got Mr. C up now in the morning. No, really, he's taking it. And it's called Vital Red. Vital Reds. No, I take that. I take that first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. But it makes a difference, I'm telling you.
So you didn't like them YouTube comments?
No, the pedophile stuff, that's kind of mean.
No, I said predator. There's a big difference.
Well, being a predator, I think you used the word pedophile once, but something about gymnastics that day I was doing the cartwheel downtown.
The comment I left was funny, and I don't care who you are. I heard that line from somebody in Topeka a long time ago. That's funny, and I don't care.
Man, I look all beat up. I got a shave. Well, today's Bianca's birthday.
What do you got planned? What are you going to do?
Well, I just took her over her presents. I bought her a book that had a lottery ticket, a personal note, and then some other homework I'd done for her. But Bianca and I are kind of at a crossroads with drinking.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. What do you do as a dad when you know there's a better life without it? it's like I tried to explain to her the other day, you know, let's just say all alcoholics are green. So I'm green. I know her mom's green. You know, when we fornicate and have a baby, that baby's coming out green. You know?
That's not true.
Well, the chances are, I've studied it, the chances are of it being genetically passed down and through, you know, nurture versus nature, there's really about 100% chance that Bianca's going to be an alcoholic.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's alcoholics can also not have the bad results of it. You know what I mean? There's some alcoholics that can drink and don't go down the shit can. You know what I mean?
You mean a functioning alcoholic?
Yeah. But why risk it?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I know. And it's hard to argue that point. But when it's your daughter and she's floundering around with certain things as far as school and career and things like that, I just think it's better to take that out of the equation to grow. You know, because what happens is the professionals like me, you know, we think we can master it. And we think it's important, you know, to be part of the social clique. That for me today, you know, what's more important, you know, I get so high on life that, you know, I couldn't fathom ever taking a drink again. And really, when you think, you know, I pushed myself to the point of type 2 diabetic, you know. You know, it was the physical aspects over 40 years of you know, alcohol abuse. It takes a toll on even the strongest of people.
Everybody's got to die of something.
Well, yeah, you do, and I want to die of a backache from having sex with a beautiful woman at age 105.
Yeah, let's talk about the Kansas receptionist for the Kansas Department of Corrections, or whatever you were calling. Who did you call that the other day? That's when I put the Predator on. Was she pretty hot?
I don't think I made a live phone call about calling. I did call the Department of Revenue yesterday to get some help.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the gal that helped me was totally a doll. Because what happened was the letter came out in air. My letter is supposed, or, you know, my situation is supposed to be restricted, not suspended.
What was her name, Maggie?
I didn't put it over the phone. I'm not giving out any names. I'm protecting the innocent.
Can Charlie Wilson talk?
Charlie Wilson is out on the back porch.
If Charlie Wilson could talk, he could have one hell of a show.
If Charlie Wilson could talk, Jeff Bruce is in trouble. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention any names. Bruce hates it when I mention his name.
So when are you going to change the wall colors to a soft coat? Are you tired of that black color yet?
Upstairs?
When you walk in that bedroom, how do you really feel?
Oh, I like that. I like that upstairs.
What's Bianca think of the black room?
Actually, most people have thought the color contrast is pretty extreme, but like it. It's being well received. But it's like me. It's like yin and yang. You know, I go from one extreme to the other. From, you know, full-on blazing alcoholism to, you know, modern-day monk.
Different strokes for different folks.
The monk.
So when are we going to dine at Kiku's again? I think the last time we should turn.
No, you got that wrong.
Magic Jack Moth Man.
So when are we going to get, so can we get some confessions of an Uber driver right now?
I'm retired.
You're a retired champion.
You retired from Uber. What happens at Uber stays at Uber.
So Uber and Vegas is kind of the same.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, but it was still a good experience, wasn't it?
Oh, it's great. Fantastic.
So what are you doing now besides figuring out ways to hack my interlock?
Yeah, I have a cyber business, cyber hacking.
So let's talk about that.
We just catch bad guys.
Well, are you doing any good?
And we catch bad guys as long as we're not the bad guys.
So what you do is you catch other people and pin the stuff that you're doing on them.
Right. Got it.
I guess that's the ultimate of being good at what you do.
That's what China does to Russia. So.
China. So what are you out on Twitter yet?
No, I ain't got time for that. You get hacked on there. So
yeah. Hey, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to blame. Hey, all that shit that's bad, all the bad tweets, those were hacked. Man, there's some pornography on Twitter, and girls say some of the dirtiest, filthiest things. And that's really what I love about Twitter.
Instagram, you got that?
No, well, yes, I got it, but it's one, you just can't do them all.
Snapchat?
I got that, but I'm not much on that. It's like there's a lot of girls that troll to get you on their Snapchat to then get you to the webs, their webcam.
That's right up your alley. Tinder, you on that?
Yeah, I took it off for a while when the girl masked over the whole dinner that she didn't have a tooth. And when I gave her a kiss goodnight, I could feel that there was dental issues. Yeah, no, man, I felt like I'd hit rock bottom, so I took Tinder off for a little while. No, so here's what I want to do. I want to create an app like for real estate. So when couples are getting a divorce, it's like Tinder and real estate, So you take the house and the guy and the house and the girl, and you put them out there on my dating app, and you get the house and the person, It's like win-win. It's a real estate deal and a couple at the same time. Tender house. Tinder box. Hey, that's it. It's Tinder box. Living in a box. We're living in a cardboard box.
So when's the last actual real estate deal you closed?
Well, I mean, I got a retainer the other day for a deal I'm working on, like a progress payment. That was Friday. That counts in my world.
So you can get paid without really closing. You just kind of.
Well, yeah, that's really what I do. It's like it's getting me to do it is the deal, getting me on the job. Because like what I'm doing is store design. And, I'm implementing a plan for them that is much bigger than just getting a commission for the lease. So, like on certain projects, the landlord will pay me. I disclose that to my client. My client pays me to help, like more in the retail field, to plan it. I don't know how old you are, but I've been going to malls since
24.
Huh?
24. Just turned 24 in February.
24.
Henry McClure, live.
You got fingerprints on your weenie that are 24 years old.
Pedophile predator telling me. I need to be your apprentice. I want to be a real estate broker. We can have a morning call apprentice show. Have our shirts off, nipple ring.
No, that sounds disgusting. I don't ever want to see you with your shirt off. That sounds like a bad cellmate. Hey, I talked to JFK. He was on a bus.
didn't know that man's still living.
Yeah, I'm glad he was. Actually, tell you the truth, he was back in New York trying to make one last ditch effort with the gal back there. But he's moving to Memphis to work in a mission.
You still got the moped stuff going?
No, I don't know. I think when GW gets back to town, I'm going to put him in the Uber business. So.
Good, great Uber driver.
Who?
Mr. C. Roy Orbison.
Oh, Mr. C is a great guy. Whatever he decides to do.
He would rock Uber.
But I got a Lincoln. A client of mine gave me a Lincoln the other day, and you know, it's huge. I'm glad it doesn't have the Landau roof. Well, all right. We haven't gotten any calls.
No viewers.
No viewers right now. All right. Anything? Any words of wisdom?
Nope.
Think of my. Let's figure out how to do my tinderbox dating and real estate sales.
Get that interlock device hacked.
All right. Thanks for being on the show. And until next time, Henry McClure Live.
Bye.
Thanks, Andy.